Solid static. Can you hear me through the radio? I can, yeah. Check 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2. Test 1 test 2. You can hear me? Okay, all I can hear is solid static. Okay? Same. Okay, now it just went dead. Oh, I can hear myself. I've got an echo, so you're feeding me back through the radio station, but I'm not getting the station. I'm just getting the feedback, so I can hear an echo. Oh, sorry, I just disconnected on you. Hit the wrong button. Okay, go ahead. No. Yeah, I can hear really, I had to crank the return all the way up, full bore. And so I can hear the station now. I can hear the station now, but it's really, really quiet. That's better. I can make that work. I can mess with the return. Perfect. Can you hear me through the station? Check 1 2 1 2. Check. Through the microphone, correct? Oh, okay. All right. Check 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2. Test 1 test 2. I still have my hand phone up to my ear, so you can talk back to me if you need to. And I think I can hear myself through my own cell phone, so I think I can hear me. Check 1 2 1 2. Test 1 test 2. Test 1 test 2. Can you hear me, Bailey? What's that? Okay. No worry, we got 15 minutes. Life is good. You're not going to get fired. Unless you said tired, and then yes, I can understand you getting tired. I hear a commercial playing over the top of the talk radio. You've got two programs going at the same time right now. Okay, now everything just went away, so whatever you shut off, you shut it all off. Oh, now I hear the commercial. Just a commercial, and it's a lot clearer. No static. What's that? So it just says something about marrying your sweetheart. We are there. I haven't heard Social Security yet, but we are there. When you start your next chapter, we are there. The name just heard, okay. Say that again, Bailey. I am on Access 2, that is correct, yes. And that's what Troy told me I had to be on, so. Well, and it must be right if you can hear me through the headset or through the microphone. Okay, check 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2. Test 1, test 2. Okay, so when we start, you want me to go for 10 minutes? I can't understand you. Well, we're 12 minutes away from the start of the game. We'll have a national anthem. We'll have introductions. So, I mean, I can do 5 or 6 minutes. How much time do you need to move around? Okay, so yeah. Okay. Other than I'm on KQDI, so I don't know if that makes a difference. Okay, perfect. I'll go with the flow. I'll try to talk for 5 or 6 minutes before I take the first break. Okay, sounds good. You bet. Bye. And a pleasant good evening, volleyball fans. We are courtside at the University of Providence, and we got a beautiful Thursday night underway here as we have got a doubleheader here. Not a doubleheader, excuse me. We've got the University of Montana Western coming in as the University of Providence would like to get even, as their one victory on the season for Western is against these Lady Argos. They got that one back a while ago, back in September on the 14th, and a 3-2 victory for Western down in their home court. But right now we got a couple of teams on the floor warming up, and a lot of different things going on here tonight, and a lot of different things going on here this town this weekend. So we'd like to tell you that a lot of different activities out there. One of the things we want to talk about is the Trail of Terror. That is a big fundraiser for the Sparkettes, as that is going on this weekend. They'll take that all the way up to Halloween, as Halloween night. They will conclude that one there, and that is out at the Agra Village. Sean, thank you. Thank you. Yep. Appreciate it. Yep. We'll let you know. Yep. Check one, check, check. Not yet. I'll have it on tomorrow night for the basketball game. Okay. Just get me live, Bailey. Whatever we need to do, you can time me in, whatever, on the cell phone. pleasant good evening, volleyball fans. We are courtside here at the McLaughlin as we are going to bring you a matchup against a 1-6 team and a 2-4 team. That 1-6 team got their one victory back in September against your very own Lady Argos, but tonight they are here for revenge. They are going to get even. They are 15-8 on the season, 2-4, and they come in starting lineup as Brooke Foth will be kicking us off tonight, as long as Josie Pendleton. We have Cindy Anderson, Ember Schwent, Melissa Gonzalez, Paige Jensen, and Olivia Sneed. That's the way we'll be starting off tonight. On the other side of the court, it's going to be the Bulldogs. Coach Brent Lewis, he'll be starting us off with Kelsey Potter. Dylan Fowler will be stopping in. Abby Croninger will kick us off. Jessica Weber. Let's see, we've got Kyra Palmer and we've got Brianna Barrows. McKenna Fink, that'll be the starting lineup for the Bulldogs. We're going to be going left to right on the radio dial, right to left on the camera, as the Lady Argos will come out in their blue unis with the white or silver trim, and it's going to be the Bulldogs, University of Montana Western, in their white uniforms with their red trim. I'm Randy Bogdan. We'll be bringing you all the play-by-play here tonight. Appreciate you spending your night with me on a Thursday night. We will be back tomorrow night as we're going to be kicking off the basketball season here on a Friday night in Great Falls, as the Lady Argos will be hosting the University of Lethbridge Pronghorns. They'll be coming south for a couple of games. They'll be playing up in Havre the night after. But we're ready to get going here, so kick back, relax, enjoy yourself, as we've got volleyball coming right here, right now, and we're going to kick it off as starting this one off with the serve. Kicking it back is going to be Paige Jensen, saving that one for the Bulldogs. A little stop shot over the top, quickly up to the net. Jensen right over the hands, into the hands of Anderson. That's a strong move. The block comes right back. Anderson once again with the kill. No, they're going to say that one went a little long, so the first point is going to go into the hands of the Bulldogs. It's going to be 1-0 here, game number 1 of the match, as we are underway here in Great Falls. You're listening to KQDI 1450 AM. Appreciate you spending your Thursday night. Serve is underway. They're bringing it over the net into the hands of Jensen. This time it's going to go back to the right-hand side. Deep shot. It's going to be Gonzalez with the point on that one there, and she will tip it off of one of the Bulldogs, as we'll have a rotation coming in onto the floor. Corey Milan on. And I'll tell you, Corey is one of those players you just love to watch because she can get above the net and she can slam that ball down. Set to serve is going to be Vincelli, as Ty Marie will set back behind the service line. Right-handed serve up in the air. This one is over the net, deep into the libero's arms. Quickly, they're going to work this one back with a volley. Deep shot, two-handed block on that one. That one's going to fall in. Point's going to go to the Bulldogs. It's 2-1, University of Montana. Of course, a lot of different activities going on here in town. We'll talk about those later. And of course, Jim and Sue Sargent, the ones who normally have the call, we've got them on special assignment. We'll let you know what that is later. That will be important later to us on some of the activities that they're doing. Quick pass over the right. It's going to be Milan with that shot. It's going to be returned back. Deep pass off of the arms of one of the Argos there. This one's going to be off of Milan. Point is going to go into the hands of the Bulldogs. It's an early 3-1 lead, game number 1. Beautiful night here in Great Falls. 70 degrees today. Oh boy, in October, you just can't hardly believe that. As the service is up across the net, service that one's going to be Fowler. Quickly coming back with the dink shot. It's going to be Anderson. Sydney, a little soft shot. They try to send this one back. They will save that one there as they pancake that up. Milan off of the fingertips of Fink. Point is going to go to the Argos, as coming in for the University of Providence, Emily Stoker will come on the floor for the first time, as Pendleton will come over for a breather. Stoker set to serve, right-handed server, tosses the ball up in the air. She'll send this one sailing into the net. Unforced error on that one, as that'll give the point back to the Bulldogs. 4-2, University of Montana Western up. Substitution back in, Pendleton back on the floor. Stoker will come over as the libero works herself around, and that's Foth over there. Both these teams came out with their G-Strong shirts. You got to like to see the solidarity there, as it's going to be a errant pass as they tried to tip that one over into the hands of Schwint. She couldn't catch up with it, and that one just going to sail out of bounds. We are going to work this one over the right-hand side. It's going to be the Bulldogs with the serve. They'll send that one over the net into the middle of the hands of Foth. She'll tip that one back. A little double team at the net. We're going to have a whistle and a violation. Violation is going to go against the Argos. Point is going to go into the hands of the Bulldogs, 6-2. It's the Western up by 4. Game number 1 of the match. Set to serve again is going to be Palmer over there. She'll sit over the right hand. Jump shot. Sets this up at the net. Deep shot down. Schwint will slam that one to the ground. Counted, it's good. That'll bring the point back over onto the Argos sideline. A couple of substitutions coming in. Got to wait just a moment here. A little too eager to get on the floor. As coming back in, Ava Larkin also stepping up for the first time tonight is going to be Mariah Diaz. We saw Mariah's dad a little while ago. He stopped over and introduced himself. Always nice to see the parents as Diaz will set up in the front line there. Right-hand serve is up over the net. The libero will return this one back for the Bulldogs. Deep pass, two-handed push shot. This one's going to go over the left-hand side. Big hit, counted. Corey Milan with the return off of the Bulldog defender. It's a 2-point game here, 6-4. It is the Bulldogs by 2. And we're going to have Larkin back at the serve there with the right-hand server. About the middle of the court there, she'll send this one sailing over the net, works the right-hand side of the floor. It's going to be returned back, but it's going to be out of bounds. That's going to be another point in the favor of the University of Providence. So it's going to be the Argos trailing at 6-5, game number 1. Larkin on a hot streak here. They're going to continue the serve with the right hand. She'll set it up to the service line. She'll let this one go down the middle as they'll try to send this one back through the hands of Fink. The libero, a little pop shot over the top. This time returning, it's going to be Larkin. And they're going to set this one over the net. It's going to be good. It's all tied up. Let the scoreboard catch up. No, I guess the point was into the Bulldogs. I missed that one there. So it's a 7-5 University of Montana lead. They will get the service back as well. Jessica Weber with the ball. She'll set it up on the right-hand side. Warming the ball up with a couple of dribbles there. Right-hander throws it up in there, tosses this one over the net. The libero able to get that one back. Schwint on the quick move there with a two-handed fist pump, gets it over the top. Deep pass, it's going to roll down the net. This time it's going to be kicked back by Milan. Rolling around on the Bulldogs side. They're trying to set this one down, not able to get a hold of it. Potter just a little short on that one. That will get the points back to the Argos, 7-6. So a couple more substitutions back on the floor. Coming in again, Olivia Sneed on the floor again, as well as, and we'll see if we can't get that number. I believe it was going to be Gonzalez back in. Melissa this time on the floor. So the shot will go up over the net. Going to be number 24 there, Sneed with the serve. Coming back to the right-hand side, double block as they want to set this one up. And we're going to have a person in the net. I believe it's going to be Potter that's going to get hit with the infraction on that. That'll get the point back into the hands of the Argos. We're going to be all tied up. 7-7 here, game number 1, best of 5. First 1-3 wins this one, and we're hoping it's going to be the University of Providence. The serve is underway. That'll set that right in the middle of the floor for the Bulldogs. A couple of hits on that one, and the libero has to just kind of two-hand dump shot that one over the top. As quickly with a slam down, it's going to be Diaz. Her dad is in the crowd, and he is loving that. The left-hand slam, it's good. That's going to give the Argos their first lead of the game. 8-7 here at game number 1. Back to service this one again is going to be Olivia Sneed. Sneed with the ball in the air. She'll send this one high over the net. Quick shot back on the right-hand side is going to be the Bulldogs working it back over. It will be short into the net. They're going to say that that one hit the floor. No, they touched it 4 times. You're only allowed 3. That gives an extra point to the Argos. They're up 9-7. It's now a 2-point game. As Sneed once again on a roll back there will service again. As she'll set this one sailing across the net, right down the middle into the hands of the libero. The Bulldogs want to set this back. Deep shot. Two-handed defenders there as this one will be turned back. And it's going to be Diaz with the left to right. Gonzalez. And a double hit on. It's going to be on Fink. That'll give the Argos their biggest lead of the game, 10-7. With that, they are going to do a substitution. They're going to bring in Palmer. Thought he called a timeout. He did not. It was actually just a substitution, as both coaches were on the Argos side was ready to go in and talk, but they're not able to. So it's going to be Sneed with the serve. It's a 3-point game, 10-7. Argos up by 3. Sneed will send the ball down the middle of the floor. They will return this one. The Bulldogs will set up their offense, try to set that one down the middle, and they will. They'll work it off of the hands of Larkin as a good hit by Weber. She will get the kill on that in the point. And a couple more substitutions coming in. Brianna Hanser on the floor for the first time, and also Caitlin Mattia on for the first time. 10-8 is the Argos lead. The service is going to go into the hands of Hanser. Brianna for the Bulldogs will set up on the right-hand side. She'll send this down the middle. Soft shot into the hands of, it's going to be Gonzalez with a kill right down the middle. Another big hit for Melissa Gonzalez. Pushes it back out to a 3-point lead. And the service is going to come back as it's going to be our libero going back. Foth who will come back for the service. Coming in is going to be Brianna Barros for the Bulldogs, as Foth will look over to the coaches, see which side she wants it on, and she will send it immediately over to the right-hand side of Weber. Weber returns it, sets it up, a little soft shot. Dump shot over the top here. Gonzalez been effective over there. One more time. She'll put another point on the board. It's a 4-point Argos lead. Biggest lead of the night for them. Game number 1 of the match. As it is 12-8, the University of Providence is up early. It's going to be Foth working the right-hand side of the floor. She'll walk up the service line, pop this one right down the middle. They're going to have to hurry, and the return's going to be out of bounds on the wrong side of the bar. So that's going to give another point to the Argos. Once again, it's the first of three that wins this one, the best out of five, as you might say, as the Argos are holding on to a 13-8 lead. They want to return that 3-2 loss that they got back in September to these very Bulldogs. Two-handed slam, little dink shot there with the right hand, coming right back the Argos. This time Diaz not able to get it over. Boy, I'll tell you what, her timing was off just a half a step on that one, and that's what cost her the point on that. Good effort though, Mariah, she can get up in the air. Absolutely, my daughter says yes, she can. 13-9, Argos by 4. Game number one, set to serve will be Fink for the Bulldogs. She'll work it over the left hand, off the right hand side. As they'll kick it off, Gonzalez tries to tip that one down. No, and actually that was going to be Pendleton with that. As they will set this up, Foth back to Diaz. She'll softly send it over with the left hand side. They continue to roll around with a dink shot. Coming back, this time they're going to set Pendleton up big. Down to the libero, she's able to reset that one up. As they just need to pop this one, and unforced error on that one, as that one's going to come off the hands of Barrios. That'll give the point back to the University of Providence. With that coming back onto the floor is going to be Sydney Anderson. Anderson, another one of those players you just love to watch. She gets up on that front line there, and she is dangerous. With that, they're going to take a timeout. We're going to do the same thing. We'll be back after this 60-second timeout as you're listening to Argo Volleyball on KQDI 1450 AM. I hope so. I'm talking an awful lot if they can't. What's that? Yeah, she has been.
Did she say that she got time? Did she say she can?
No. She hasn't.
Is that right?
They're called as we get back to action here on a Thursday night. It's Thursday night volleyball in Great Falls as the University of Providence has the lead and the serve 14-9 as they will tap this one over. They're going to say in the net on the Bulldogs. That'll make it a 15-9. Of course, they're playing to 25 here on this first game. If they go all five, they'll be playing to 15 in game number 5. But the University of Providence want to end this one in 3 early ones. So the serve is up. It's going to be Jensen setting this one down the middle into the libero's hands. They will tip it back. Big slam there coming back for the defense. Sneed, as she'll kick it on over into the hands of Anderson, and Anderson slams it down for the point. 16-9, biggest lead of the game for the Argos. They're up by 7. University of Providence fans, stand up and cheer. Make some noise for your Lady Argos. As set to serve will be UP. Once again, it's going to be Jensen with the ball. Kicks it over the right-hand side. As that one will be set up. Well, I'll tell you, the Bulldogs almost fell asleep on that one. As it's going to be the Argos coming back. They'll set this up over on the left. Little tap shot over the top. The dink shot no good by Gonzalez, although Melissa had a good form on it. This time it's going to be the Bulldogs trying with a dink shot. Coming back, Gonzalez, deep shot down the middle to the libero. Libero not able to pancake that one. Point goes to UP. It's 17-9. Nice job by the Argos as they are really putting it together here. I'll tell you what, there's only a couple games left in the season. If you want to see these ladies, they will be back on Saturday. And then there's another game in November, but our home games are running out. If you want to watch them in person, you need to get here as quick as possible. Right down the middle into the hands of Pendleton. She taps that one over, not good. As big shot, it's going to be the kill. Jessica Weber with the point. That'll bring the service back over onto the Bulldog side and add a point onto the scoreboard. 17-9, Argos are up, 17-10, but it will be the Bulldogs with the score. Potter with the ball as, well, they're going to change that one out. Well, they gave the point to the Bulldogs. They need to correct that one there if they gave the ball over here. Yeah, there they go. It's got 18 on the Argos. Should be 18-9 if the score is correct. This one here, they're going to say was out, so that'll leave the 10 points up there. So 18-10, A little bit of confusion on the floor as we thought the point went to the Bulldogs. Technically, it went to the Argos. So 18-10 should be correct. It's going to be the Argos setting the ball up. They'll work it over into the hands of Gonzalez. Big slam on that one. I'll tell you what, no doubt about that off the fingertips. She gets the points without a couple substitutions coming in. Marie Vincelli coming back in, as well as Corey Milan. Milan, once again, we talked about it. She is not that tall, only 5'8", but boy, she plays like she's 6'8" up against that line. Set to serve. This one's going to be Vincelli. She'll set this one over on the left-hand side as the defenders for the Argos getting ready. Little tap shot as both teams very fortunate on that one as they'll work it back this time. Big slam. It's going to be out of bounds. Point's going to go to the Argos, 20-10 as they have doubled up on the scoreboard. Game number 1 of the match. As coming back to serve one more time, Vincelli. Marie will set over on the right-hand side of the service line. She will set it up with the right hand, set this one sailing down the middle. The libero will be there to recover as she'll set it over. Big tap shot back. I'll tell you what, Jansen did everything right on that one as, Josie Pendleton is the one who got the tip shot back on that one, 21-10. Argos clearly in control with that. The Bulldogs want to call a timeout. We'll do the same thing. We'll be back in 60 seconds as you're listening to Volleyball on KQDI, 1450 AM. And welcome back. It is a Thursday night, a gorgeous Thursday night in Great Falls. And if you love volleyball, you are in the right place. 21-10, the Argos are up by 11 in game number 1. Service is underway for UP as it's going to be the Bulldogs trying to figure something out here. Little tap shot over the net. No good on that one there. Returning this one over into the hands of the Lady Argos for the point. Almost. Yep, it's good. It's going to be Sydney Anderson with the dump shot over the top. It ricocheted off a couple of Bulldogs. That'll push it out to 22-10. The Argos carrying a 12-point lead in this game number 1. First one to win 3 is going to win the contest here tonight as Jensen will continue, Vincelli will continue with the serve. She'll send this one over the middle of the net as the Bulldogs trying to return it. Probably should have let that one go as that one's going to end up in the out of bounds over there off the Argo fingertips. So that'll give the service and the point back to the Bulldogs. 22-11, Argos up, game number 1. Beautiful Thursday night here. Appreciate you tuning in as Jim Sargent out there on special assignment, checking in with us, him and his wife Sue, on some much-needed time out. We will check in with them later, find out how their night is going. Deep shot down the middle. It's up. It's good. It's going to be Corey Milan with the kill. Give her the point. And we're going to have the substitution coming in is going to be Emily Stoker. Stoker will immediately go back and get the serve on this one here. 23-11 is the Argo lead, game number 1 of this particular match. Ball on the right-hand side for Stoker. They're going to work the right-hand side. The Bulldogs, a couple of players there, including Schwint on the block. They'll send this one back to Milan. But we're going to have the whistle and the infraction as they're going to say a double hit against the Argos. With that, that'll be a chance for Josie Pendleton to come back on the floor, as well as the libero to come back on. Brooke Foth is on the floor. 23-12, it's the Argos by 11. As it's going to be the service coming from the Bulldog side. They let this one sail long. Smart move on that. And now we've got our game point as the Argos 1 point away from putting game number 1 in the books. As it's going to be the Argos handing the ball back to big number 12, Ava Larkin. Larkin will have the serve, the 5'9" freshman from Parker, Colorado, wanting to end it right here. She'll send this one right down the middle. As the Bulldogs not able to get to it, and that'll be game number 1. It's going to be won by the Argos as they're going to win this one 25-12. We're going to step aside. We'll take a 60-second break. While they reset, we'll be back with game number 2. You're listening to University of Providence Volleyball on KQDI 1450 AM. You're good. If there's something real good, let me know. I'll share it with you. just water. All right, fine.
Go ahead. Just water. Fans, please turn your attention to the right side of the court for a special presentation. The Montana Campus Compact and Governor's Office of Community Service recognizes Travis Ramola as the Volunteer of the Game. Travis. Travis is a member of the Providence Formation Foundation and volunteers time each week to work with students at Whittier Elementary School in Great Falls, where he reads and does math problems with students. Travis started volunteering with these students 4 years ago and has stuck with the same group each year. Travis is an English major and is also a redshirt junior on the University of Providence.
And welcome back, sports fans. I'll tell you what, if you are a sports fan of any kind, this is a great time of year. There are things going on right now in Great Falls. There is multiple different sports. Of course, CMR wrestlers playing over there in the stadium right now. Troy Mellinger has the call on that on 102.7 KNX. We'll try to get some score updates on that. And tomorrow night, we've got the University of Great Falls, the University of Providence Lady Argo women's basketball kicking off their season as the University of Lethbridge Pronghorns will be coming to town. They'll be traveling south from Canada. Of course, they're coming down on a little tour here, playing several teams. They'll end up in Havre the night after. We'll be bringing all of that to you as well. I believe on KNX 102.7 on that. I'll confirm that later. Trail of Terror going on here in town. That's a fundraiser for the Sparkettes out at the old Agra Village there out on the east end of town just before the new Walmart. That'll be happening tomorrow night and Saturday night. They'll do it every weekend, including the night of Halloween, which is a Tuesday. Don't forget about the Great Falls Ski and Board Swap at the Montana Expo Park. Friday and Saturday on that. If you're a ski fanatic, I'll tell you, that'd be a great place to be. Get on over there. And Harvest Howl, that'll be over at the Pacific Steel and Recycling Four Seasons Arena. That's going to be happening October 27th. That's a fundraiser for Camp Rotary, and I don't know if you've ever been up to Camp Rotary. Fantastic facilities up there between Monarch and Nyhart. I know the 4-H kids and a lot of different organizations use them on a regular basis. And of course, don't forget about it, Dancing with the Stars. What a great event. Sarge, I think, is an award winner. Sarge and Sarge in Charge, as they did well Dancing with the Stars a few years ago. That'll be happening October 26th and 7 o'clock. So a lot of things going on. And right here at the university, we have got a new program. It is men's hockey here at the University of Providence. Jeff Heimel will be the head coach on that. We heard him this morning on Sports Chat with Sergeant Scott, who was replaced by Shrek and Grady Higgins. They stepped in, a couple guys from the Tribune helping out, as both Scott Manch and Jim Sargent are out and about on special assignment, as we said. We'll let you know about that later. But right now, it is game number 2, as number 1 was won by the University of Providence, as they took that one convincingly, 25-12. Argos would like to put another win on the board here, as the referee officials are checking out all the numbers. And it's kind of a unique deal that they do here in the volleyball, where they set up their rotation first, then they substitute the libero before anything ever starts. That way they're able to chart it, easier to keep track. And so that's what they're doing there. We're going to start the ball over the left-hand side, as it's going to be McKenna Fink with the serve. She'll kick it off with the left hand. She'll send this one down the middle, as they will work this back quickly with the right hand slam. It's going to be the Argos trying to score first, not able to do it. A little dink shot on that one. The dump not able to go through. They'll come back, as Anderson not able to get that one over, and actually it was Gonzalez there with a little tip. Not able to get that one in the right spot, so it's going to be the Bulldogs starting us off early, 1-0, just the way they did in game number 1. Argos aren't worried about that. They are able to play their way back into it. So Fink once again with the serve will send this down the middle of the floor, and that comes right over to the coach. We got a quick 2-0 Bulldog lead, which is not what Coach Duda wanted to see over on the Great Falls sideline. As Fink sets it up for the 3rd time in a row, she'll kick it over on the right, as they'll set this up in the middle, bring it down the right-hand side, a little dump shot over the top, as they'll bring this one back. That one's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to say into the net. And with that being said, it's going to be a 3-0 Bulldog lead early on here, and we'll have to see how long Coach Duda will wait before they want to do something different here. Coach Fink, Fink with the service. She'll bring it up with the left hand, sets down the middle of the floor. This one's going to go long, and the Argos let that one fly. That'll be their first point of the game. Quickly up off the bench is going to be Vincelli and Milan. Milan, that front line hitter. Vincelli will go back for the service. Did very well in that first game. Game number 2 of the match is going on right now. It's a 1-0 Argos lead in the match, but right now it's a 3-1 lead in the game as Vincelli will send this one down the middle. They'll rebound that around. They'll just have to send this one over the top. Soft shot. Soft blooper right down the middle. Nobody able to get that. They did a little campfire defense on that one as they watched that one drop in between them. And that'll be a 4-1 lead for the Bulldogs. Now set to serve is going to be Potter. She'll work the right-hand side. A little too much on that one. So the 2 points scored by the Argos right now have been on errant shots as Maddie Link onto the floor coming in for the Lady Argos. Link set back to serve. Checking over at the coach, wanting to see what side it should be sent to. And the coach said right down the middle to the libero. That's what she does. They'll run this one back. Deep pass. Sets this one back up at the net. They'll work this one over there. A little dump shot. And that one's going to be just outside. I'll tell you, that was very close. I think it was Schwent that got a hold of that one. Tipped that one just a little bit too far. That'll give the point back to the Bulldogs. 5-2. As coming in, it'll be Pendleton. Josie, coming off the floor as Foth comes back onto the floor. As it's going to be the libero on the left-hand side, Fowler with the serve. They'll set this one up to Ember. Ember drops that one in the middle there. Not able to do anything with that. The Bulldogs right in play. Tips this one back into the hands of Foth. Deep shot off of a couple players there. They are going to be able to return this one here as I got the Bulldogs coach right in front of me blocking everything on this side. So I'm just going to kind of have to guess what's going on here. I apologize for that. A tip shot that's going to go off in the hands of Barrios. That will give the point into the hands of the Argos. Right now it is a 5-3 Bulldog lead as more substitutions coming in. Diaz back on the floor like we said earlier. Got to meet her dad a little while ago. He's over here watching Mariah. Says he sure does enjoy listening in and sure enjoys watching his daughter play volleyball as we do as well. As they're going to set this one, a little dink shot over the top. Go good on that as the Argos right and ready for it. They'll set this back to almost to the service line there. Trying to slam it over the top is going to be Palmer. But it's going to be the Argos. Schwent with the kill and the point. And they're within one, 5-4. Same thing in game number 1. The Argos battled their way back after trailing early. Doing a great job here tonight, trailing 5-4. Game number 2, they have the service. They'll send this one over the right-hand side. Larkin, just enough spin on it. The libero not able to control it. It's going to go off the hands of the Bulldogs. It's all tied up 5-all. Game number 2 underway here, 5-5 on a Thursday night of volleyball action here at the McLaughlin. She will send this one over the middle again into the hands of the libero. She has to go down deep to get that one. Deep pass. We got a double block. Amber Schwent and Mariah Diaz right there for the double team. They tip that one back, and it's a 1-point Argo lead, 6-5. University of Providence up again. Game number 2 of the match. As this one will work the right-hand side. Bulldogs able to recover, comes back. They'll need to just kind of set this one over. Free ball into the hands of the Argos. They'll set it up. Deep shot by Schwent. She gets it to drop. No, they're able to pancake that one as they dug that one off the ground there. Deep one down this time. Diaz trying to get the kill. Not able to do it. They continue to battle. The Bulldogs are not giving up. You got to give them a lot of credit. Diaz will just have to set this one over the top. A little two-finger dump shot on that one, and she sets that one over. Easy shot for her. Easy point for the Argos, 7-5. It's University of Providence up by 2 now. Game number 2. Game number 1 went into the books. It was 25-12 Argos. Right now they're up by 2, 7-5. As the service stays on the UP side, as one of these Bulldog leaders wants to come over and introduce herself. I was ready to say hi and send her right back onto the court. That's what you're supposed to do when you're sitting front row. As point goes in the hands of the Argos. So 8-5. University of Providence up on the errant shot. That one went deep by the Bulldogs. As this one service will be right over the net. Continue doing a great job, Larkin, as they'll work the slam, but once again, Diaz and Schwent doing a super job over there. They got another point, 9-5. Time to make a change on this side as Paulson would come in. As I turn around and look, there's a whole bunch of Cascade Badgers, Lady Badgers up in the stands up there, coming down and supporting Schwent. Of course, she graduated from Thompson Falls, but she was a Cascade girl for many years. So they're all coming down to see her play, and they're loving every minute of it because once again, she had a big block there, but the Bulldogs able to recover. Diaz with a slam. Count it. It's good. Beautiful shot with the kill shot right down inside the outside service line. They've doubled up 10-5 as Coach Lewis wants to call a timeout. We're going to do the same thing. It'll be a 60-second break. We'll be back with more Argos Volleyball as you're listening to KQDI 1450 AM.
They don't use a shot clock. Once the Argos gets 25, that game is over. This is a whole new game. We play up to 5 of them. The first one to win 3 wins the whole set, the whole match. What's that? Argos won, yep.
Welcome back. We are courtside once again at the McLaughlin Center here. We got a barn burner going on, and the Argo fans are having a good time here on a Thursday night as it's going to be the Argos up 10-5 here. The Bulldogs looking to put some points on the board, and they do just that as Kyra Palmer with the soft touch over the top. She drops that one down between a couple of UP defenders. She's going to get the point and the service on that one there as they'll bring a couple players in. McKenna Livesey. And they're also going to bring in a Madison Richtmeyer, as Richtmeyer will be back for the service. She sets it up with the left hand right down in the middle. Not able to handle that one. That one's going to go trailing off the fingertips of Vincelli. That'll bring 2 points in a row, 10-7, as the Bulldogs once again battling their way, not giving up. As we see the soccer team coming in, University of Providence soccer team. Emmy McLaughlin just walked by. Tell you, she had some awards here recently, big scores for the Argos, and Player of the Week, I believe, Frontier Conference or Cascade Conference, whatever it is. As big slam into the out of bounds. I tell you what, I was going to go up and try and get that one, but I don't think I could have got it. Once again, they gave the points on the wrong side, so they're going to have to take that off the Bulldog side and put it over onto the Argo side. That will make it 11-7. Hopefully they catch that, as they will have to correct that there on the scoreboard. So it's going to be the Argos with the ball. They're going to give the point over into the hands of the Bulldogs, and with that, Coach Dudas wants called timeout. We'll do it along with him. It'll be a 60-second break. We'll be back after more on KQDI 1450 AM. As we get back to action, it's Richtmeyer with the serve here. As correction on that, I thought the point had gone to the Argos earlier. On the replay, we realized it was actually last touched. But this point here will go to the Argos. There's the errant shot into the net. We'll give the points over to University of Providence. 11-9 is the score. Argos up by 2 as we are in game number 2 of the match. They did win game number 1. They'd like to win this one here, as that one will be set right back for the free shot. Deep down is going to be Schwint. Cascade Badger fans, they're making some noise up there for Ember. I'll tell you what, just a freshman, Ember Schwint. She gets up in the air. She is 5'10", and like I said, Thompson Falls is where she graduated, but Cascade is where she called home, just down the road about 30 miles. Tip shot for the free ball in the hands of the Argos. They'll tip this one back. Schwint forced this one over the top. I believe she carried this one, and that's what the official is saying. So the point is going to go over to the Bulldogs. 12-10. Coach Duda wants to question that, but he's going to say she carried it up over the top. So the point is going to go to the Bulldogs. 12-10, Argos by 2. The service will come back into the hands of the Bulldogs as Jessica Weber set to send this one on its way, trailing by 2. Game number 2 of the night, 12-10. It is the Argos leading by 2. Jessica Weber for the Bulldogs with the service. She'll send this one to the right side. That one's going to go long. Oh boy, I'll tell you, just caught the line on that one. That was close. You can't get much closer than that. Point to the Bulldogs, 12-11. Once again, Weber with the ball. Jessica Weber, number 11 in the program. She is from Elburn, Illinois. She is a freshman, and she is 5'8". High jump shot off the serve. She will go right down into the middle with that one there. Deep, it's going to be Gonzalez with a back-to-back slam. Count it. It's good. Get the points, Melissa Gonzalez. She's going to score over there as the libero a little slow to get up off the floor for the Bulldogs there. She went all out trying to get that one. That might even twisted her ankle a little bit. 13-11, the Argos by 2. Game number 2, Brooke Foth, as she will send this one over on the left-hand side. They're going to try to do this one down the middle. They're going to say it was on the wrong side of the stick. And so the point is going to go over to the Lady Argos. I'll tell you, that was very fortunate as the Argos weren't able to return that one. But it'll be a 14-11 Argo lead. Ball sets up on the left-hand side for the Bulldogs. They'll set it up to the net quickly. Little tap shot over the top, no good on that one. Good look with Potter. Not able to convert, but the Argos do. They're starting to put a little pressure on. 15-11, Argos by 4, game number 2. As we are having a good time on a Thursday night. You know, I'd love to hear from you. If you're out there listening in, let me know where you're listening from and who you're rooting for. 406-788-3003. Would love to hear from you. The libero, drop shot over the top. Free ball in the hands of the Argos. And it's going to be Gonzalez having that one come right back into her face. Not much she can do with that. Good effort, but the point will go into the hands of the Bulldogs. With that, they're going to bring Hanser back in. She will immediately go to the service line as Brianna will set the ball up. She's going to work the left side of the floor, the left side of the service line this time. As the line keeper gets out of the way to let her serve, they'll send this over into the middle of the Argos. Quick back, Diaz, soft shot. Not able to get a point on it. Right up there for the block. Oh, boy, not able to do it. Pendleton and Diaz up against the line. Point will go to the Bulldogs. This is a tight one. You really got to give the Bulldogs a lot of credit. They have not given up. There's a couple times they could have just folded up and went home. They are not doing it. They're going to fight this one all the way to the end. As this shot is on its way from Hanser, they'll work it over to the middle. Deep shot by Pendleton. Just inside the line as Hanser went diving for that one, not able to get it. That'll get the point to the Argos, and a couple of substitutions coming in. You'll have Anderson back on the floor as well as Jensen. Jensen will go back for the serve. Anderson will come up to the line. Diaz will go over and get a breather, as well as her teammate Larkin, as the ball is going to be underway down the middle of the floor. And it's going to be the Bulldogs with the spike and the kill, as they were going to run this through Pendleton and through Anderson. And with that, there'll be a Bulldog substitution coming in as well. This time on the floor, Palmer coming back in as well as Fink on the floor. Fink will go back for the service. It's a tight one here on the Thursday night, folks. 16-14 is the Argo lead right now, as it's going to be the Bulldogs with the service. Fink with the ball. She'll send it right down the middle in the hands of Anderson. Tip back. Pendleton, little drop shot over the top there. Bulldogs able to recover, and they'll send this one to the floor with the kill. And I didn't catch the number on that. We'll try to catch that up for you, but that'll give the point to the Bulldogs. 16-15 is the Argo lead. And once again, back with the service is going to be Fink. Fink will send it down the middle for the Bulldogs. Libero going deep to save that one there, as they'll send that one right over here in front of the broadcast booth. They'll rotate around. Deep shot into the backcourt of the Argos. Anderson with a slam. Too much to handle. That's going to go off Weber's hands, out of bounds. Point's going to go back to the Argos. And substitutions coming back in. Once again on the floor, Michelli and Milan. Michelli will go back for the service. And Milan, as we've had this two-lady game rotation going on throughout this entire game. Game number 2 of the match. Argos won game number 1, 25-12. As this one is going to be the Bulldogs with the slam and the recovery. Point's going to go to the Argos, as they're going to say they carried the ball on the Bulldogs side here, As boy, I'll tell you what, that ball come at him so fast that it just wasn't much they could do but get out of the way. 18-15, Argos by 3, game number 2. As Vincelli will be back. And she will send this one over the top. Excuse me, Milan is back there on this. No, it is Vincelli. They're going to send this one out of bounds. They will. It's going to be the Argos with the point as the Bulldogs not able to control the offense, trying to tip that one in. As Tom Wiley from KRTV, our good friend, is over there. Got his cameras rolling here tonight. Good to see him. As bringing the ball over the right-hand side, Vincelli drops that one in on top of the libero. They'll work it over the left. Deep shot, couple defenders there. Pancake, one more shot, got to get it over. They do. The free ball into the hands of the Bulldogs. Good recovery by the Argos. As we are going to have a whistle and a violation. They're going to say into the net. And we'll see which way they send the ball. So it's going to be the Bulldogs with the point. And they're going to get the service back. Not sure who was calling me from Spokane. Can't answer while we're broadcasting. So go ahead and send me a text to 406-788-3003. We'd love to talk to you, but it's going to have to be later as quickly they'll bring the ball over right down the middle. That one's going to go off the fingertips of one of the Bulldogs as big slam by Pendleton. The point is going to go to the Argos. They're going to pull out to a 4-point lead, 20-16, as it's going to be the Argos up by 4. And I'll tell you, we got a great one going on here on a Thursday night as they're going to set this one up in the middle to the Bulldogs. Little tip shot into the middle. That one is going to be saved by the Argos, but they're not able to recover. That one will be sailed off the fingertips of Maddie Link. So the point is going to go back to the Bulldogs. 20-17, Argos by 3. Game number 2 of the match. Game number 1 was won by the Argos, 25-12. Right now the Bulldogs battling their way back into this. The libero, Fowler, with the ball. She'll send it over the right-hand side as this goes deep to the back service line. Argos not able to catch up to it as they working hard on that one there. So it's going to be a point going to go to the Bulldogs. 20-18 as 20-18 as it's going to be the Argos with the ball. Deep shot right down the line. It's good. Count it. Point is good. That one is going to go for Sydney Anderson. And she just had that look like, that's right, I did that. I got that point. Oh, they're going to say out of bounds on that one there. Maybe that's the look I saw. 20-19. Argos by 1 as they're going to send this one down the middle of the floor to the libero. Tried to save that one for the Bulldogs. Not able to do it. She is able to get across the line. The free shot for the Argos. Strong move up. Yeah, that one's going to be out of bounds too. So that one's going to be tipped out by Corey Milan. We're all tied up at 20 all. It's a tie game. They're going to take a break. We're going to do along with it. We'll be back after this 60-second timeout. You're listening to Argos Volleyball on KQDI 1450 AM. And welcome back, Wayne Parker. Thanks for checking in, my friend. His daughter Isabel out there playing tonight, and we'll have to see if we can't call her name a time or two. Appreciate you checking in with us as we've got a good one going on. It's going to be the Argos with the free ball. They're going to kick this one right back into the middle, coming up strong with the slam. Right into your breadbasket or my breadbasket. Not only do I get the ball, but I just got to get the volleyball players with it. Now we're going to come over and try and hit that one back, but I didn't let them. I got the ball. 21-20, the Argos up by 1. You got to pay attention when you're in media row because that ball comes here in a hurry. As my daughter didn't even try to protect the equipment here. Argos looking to get another point. Little tip shot. Nope. Points are going to go to the Bulldog side. We're tied up at 21 all. Boy, we got a great one going on here. Game number 2. Bulldogs trying to stay alive. Don't want to go down by 2 as substitutions coming in. It's going to be McKenna Livesey coming in for the Bulldogs. And going back for the service will be Richtmeyer. Richtmeyer with the left-hand serve right down the middle. Once again, the Argos not able to catch up with that one, and they find themselves down for the first time in a long time. They trail 22-21. Olivia Sneed back on the floor for the Argos as Richtmeyer with the serve. Wanting to put this one into the W column, and they can do it here with a couple quick serves here as Richtmeyer with the ball down the right-hand side, hits the stick. Point is going to go to the Argos. We're all tied up at 22 all. Of course, for those of you who are just casual fans, you probably don't know. The rest of you do. You do have to win by 2, as we will take this one as far as we need to get a victory. Game number 1 went to the Argos, 25-12. Right now, game number 2 is tied up at 22 all. They'll set the service right down the middle, as it's going to be the Bulldogs with the soft slam on that one. They'll bring this one around. Amber Schwint with the big hit. Doing a nice job trying to save the ball was Richtmeyer, not able to control it. Richtmeyer ended up hitting it one out of bounds. The point will go into the hands of the Argos, as well the service will be back in the hands of Zuri Meehan. First time I've called her name tonight. The libero over visiting with the official, wanting an explanation on something. They are allowed to do that. As continuing to visit over there, they discussed it. Came up with a game plan, and now they're going to move it right back on. 23-22, Argos by 1. Chance to put 2 victories on the board in this best of 5. First 1-3 victory. Meehan will set this over on the right-hand side. It's going to be the Bulldogs up at the net, trying to slam it down instead, doing the dink shot. We'll kick it back in the hands of the Argos. Argos slams it down for good. Damn it. Melissa Gonzalez with the point. Game point. With that, they're going to call a timeout. We're going to take a break along with them. It's going to be a 60-second. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout on KQDI 1450 AM. Welcome back, volleyball fans. We've got a great one going on Thursday night. Absolutely beautiful fall day out there. Boy, you'd almost call it late summer-like, considering we've had some pretty serious weather, as this one's going to be tipped right back, as coming up strong with the tap on that one's going to be Gonzalez. They'll set this one up at the net. Deep shot by Diaz. Great job on the Bulldogs, able to recover and return as the free shot up over the top in the hands of the libero. Once again, Diaz. Strong slam with the left hand. That is going to be your game. Game number 2 is in the books, 25-22. We're going to step aside. Let's take a 2-minute break. We'll be back after this 2-minute timeout as you're listening to Argo Volleyball on KQDI 1450 AM.
Nice, Coach. Very nice. That's what I listen to in between when I'm talking. I know.
As we get back to courtside here on a beautiful Thursday night, the Argos find themselves up early, 2-0, 25-12, and a nail-biter, barn burner, a back and forth, 25-22. I'll tell you what, the student section behind us, they're making some noise. They'd like to put this one away right now, and I guarantee you Coach Duda would like to do the same. Nice to go home early tonight with a 3-0 victory. They are one game away from doing that here as they are up on the first two. Looks like they'll start with their same starting lineup as they got their girls out. They'll set it all up, and then they'll bring the libero back in as they'll rotate them out. Like I said, a lot of activities going on. We'll be back here tomorrow night on KNX 102.7 FM. That game is at 7 o'clock. We'll start our broadcast about 6:50 as the Lady Argo basketball team will be hosting the University of Lethbridge Pronghorns. This basketball season, hard to believe it's already underway, but it is. The Pronghorns come in, actually have already played 5 or 6 games. I believe they're 5-1 on the season. Pretty remarkable that they're into their 6th or 7th game of the season already. They start up a little bit earlier up in Canada with some of those early tournaments. So looking forward to that. Absolutely love the basketball. Loving the volleyball here. Got to meet Mariah's dad a little while ago. Sure is nice to get to meet the families. If you're in town, if you're coming to watch the ladies play, stop by the broadcast booth and introduce you. We'd love to meet you, both Sarge and I, Sue, and the whole crew. As right now it's going to be the Bulldogs on defense, the Argos on offense. They will set this one up. Deep shot to Anderson. That one is going to be returned by the Bulldogs as they'll set it up in the middle. Deep pass, the libero up into the middle there. Quickly, Gonzalez off the fingertips there. A little bit of spin on that one, but the libero was there to save it. They'll try to slam this one down, and they are going to get the point just like they did in the first 2 games. They are going to start out with the Bulldogs putting points on the board. And it's going to be the Bulldogs getting the point and the service. So they'll send a couple substitutions in onto the floor. Kyla Paulson coming in for Coach Lewis. It's going to be the Bulldogs on the serve. It's going to be the Argos on the return. Gonzalez deep down into the libero's hands. Not able to recover that as working her way over Kyla Paulson. Trying to tip that one back, not able to do it. A couple substitutions in on the floor. Emily Stoker and Lauren Brown. First time we've seen Lauren Brown. And I don't remember having that knee brace the last time I was here. She's got a pretty healthy knee brace on that left knee there. I know she is a girl that can get up above the net as the unforced error on Stoker will keep the points on the Bulldogs side. 2-1. It's going to be the University of Montana Western with the early lead. Once again, they did that games 1 and 2, but the Argos battled back for victories in both of them. This time the libero with the serve. It's going to be Fowler, sits it right down the middle. They'll work it over to Brown instead. Pendleton with the slam, not able to get in as they'll come back the other direction, and that's going to go back off the back wall. Actually going to ricochet off of the Argo logo over there, the new colored Argos, as the points are going to stay on the Bulldogs side, 3-1. Of course, big announcement the other day, men's hockey and women's hockey will become the University of Providence. Coach Jeff Heimel will be the new head coach of that as Anderson not able to get that one over as they're going to have the infraction as they're going to say 4 touches. They're going to say 4 touches on the Argo side. Coach Duda only counted 3, but they're going to give the point over to the Bulldogs anyway as he's going to send one of his players over to question that. So they're going to have a little conference over there at the official stand as the official on this side, I don't know if he confirmed or denied, but all the same. 4-1, the Bulldogs up by 3. We are into game number 3. The first 2 won by University of Providence as the 2 coaches kind of look at each other smiling. And they're going to keep the point where it is. And so it's going to be the Bulldogs on the serve. Dylan Fowler with the serve. She'll send this one over the middle.
too hot to handle on that one, as the Argos are going to send that one into the back row. They're going to give the points back to the Bulldogs, 5-1. You got to wonder when Coach Duda will call a timeout here. That's what he did in game number 2 to get his girls settled down. Right now it's going to be Fowler with the serve. She'll send it over into the middle. They set it up to Brown. Brown, back row spike, and that's all they needed to do to get the point. It's going to be Brown with the kill, and the substitutions coming onto the floor. Maddie Link to the serve as Brown comes in and easily has offense. It's going to be 5-2, Bulldogs by 3. Game number 3 as Fink with the ball. Back service line sends this one right down the middle. Libero sets it up. They'll work it over the right-hand side. Deep slam. That one's no good. Comes back once again. Brown! And she's going to have that one rejected right back into her grill. Not much she could do on that. 6-2, Bulldogs by 4. Pendleton back on the floor. Substitutions on both sides. As the official goes ahead and announces it back to the scorer's table. As Pendleton onto the floor for the Argos. As they're watching the game, Josie's parents watching down in Dillon, rooting for the Argos. We are too here. Josie's parents, thanks for tuning in. Beautiful screenshot there of the game going on as big shot by Anderson. Oh boy, what are you going to do with that? Sydney Anderson right in the grill of Kelsey Potter. Not much you can do, Kelsey, but get out of the way. Point's going to go to the Argos. 6-3 is the Bulldog lead. Argos working their way back into it. Ava Larkin with a serve. She'll send it right down the middle of the floor into the hands of the Bulldogs. They'll set it up the net. Big slam down there as that one's going to be, oh boy, I'll tell you feel bad for the Argos is that actually ricocheted off of the light or the heating vent up there, which changed the trajectory. Argos just not able to recover to get underneath of it. So the points go to the Bulldogs. University of Montana Western 7, University of Providence 3. As we get all sorts of folks checking in with us, we appreciate it. If you want to let us know where you're watching from, 406-788-3003. Randy Brogdon bringing you all the play-by-play. Normally Sarge and Sue are the ones that are here, but we got them out on special assignment as that errant shot's going to go into the net. We're going to bring the ball back onto the Argos sideline. This time with the service going to be Zuri Meehan. Missouri came in that last game late, did a nice job. She'll send this one down the middle as the Bulldogs looking to recover. Little top shot, no good on that. Schwint right there for the recovery. And once again, the dink shot there is going to be recovered as the Bulldogs continue to keep this one into play. They'll set it up. This time it's Diaz with the kill. Mariah right down the grill. Give her a point. It's 7-5. Bulldogs by 2. As the Argos battling their way back into this one. They want to end this one early. Get home and watch a little sports on television. Pro basketball season in full swing. As we're going to have the carry. Yeah, they're going to call that one a carry. That brings it down to a 1-point game, a 7-6. We saw this in game number 1, and we saw this in game number 2. Bulldogs came out strong. The Argos came back stronger, and they came out with a victory both from 25-12, 25-22. As this one will be set up into the hands of Diaz. She sends this one sailing over the left-hand side. The libero for the Bulldogs will work this one back. The free ball as they continue to volley it on this side of the floor. This time Gonzalez with a hit. Yeah, that's a little too much mustard on that one there as that one's going to be out of bounds. Point's going to go to the Bulldogs. Apologize, I had to stop and catch my throat there. Substitutions coming in. Brianna Hanser back on the floor for Coach Lewis. Caprice Bray, the assistant coach over there. Assistants Kelsey Montana and Drew Choles in for the Argos as it's going to be the Argos. Gonzalez deep hit on that one. Oh boy, great job on the Bulldogs, able to save that one. The free ball over the top for the Lady Argos. Libero will set it up. Diaz steps back, pops that one down. It's going to go off of a vent. We'll see if they're able to recover from this one. Free ball to the Argos. They'll set it back up. Gonzalez right down the line. One set in, one set out. The judge on that side said out, so that's the one they're going to go with. The judge on our side said in. Point is going to go to the Bulldogs, 9-6, as they will continue the serve here down the middle. Send it over the net. Diaz through the hands of a couple defenders. There's no doubt on that one. Mariah with another kill. Give her another point, 9-7. And Schwitt will come back over to the bench. Pendleton comes back on. Brooke Foth will go back to the service line as Coach Duda giving a little instruction out there as a couple players substituting on both sides of the court. Foth decides to switch over to the right-hand side. Older sister of Gavin. Gavin Strong. thinking of that young fella in our thoughts and prayers. And this one will go off of Brooks' hands, not able to stretch out quite enough. And they're going to say this point's going to go to the Bulldogs, as they should. 10-7 is the Bulldog lead. Game number 3. Bulldogs need to keep this one to stay alive in the match as they find themselves down 2-0. Good crowd behind us, student section, making some noise. There's some Lady Badgers up there from Cascade here cheering on their former teammate, Amber Schwendt. And this one's going to be tipped out of bounds by Pendleton. Pendleton's timing was off just a half a step on that. She went out for the big kill, but wasn't able to catch up with the ball in time. Fingertip rolled it out of bounds. 11-7, biggest lead of the game for the Bulldogs, as the Argos are down by 4. Up by 2 games in this match, down by 4 in this game, but big kills like that, and I believe that was Pendleton that sent that one home. We'll get him right back into it as Anderson quickly up off the bench, as long as Norling. Danny Norling in, I believe, for the first time tonight. I don't recall calling her name games 1 or 2, but Norling, she's a pretty efficient server. She'll serve over on the right-hand side. She sends that all the way back to the service line of the Bulldogs. They're going to set this one up as a couple players comes over to Anderson. A little dunk shot, or dink shot, excuse me, as the Bulldogs trying to recover. They'll set this time to Gonzalez. Back and forth we go. Good net defense, as I'll tell you what, boy, great block there, as it was going to be Croninger, Abby Croninger going up with the block. And it surprised the Argos to where they kind of finger rolled it off 2 or 3 players, not able to control it. It's back out to a 4-point difference. 12-8, Bulldogs by 4. We're in game number 3. It's going to be the Argos. Over to Pendleton. She'll send it back to the back service line. Big slam into the face of Gonzalez. Melissa not able to do anything with that as it just rolled off of her chest. And that one's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be a 5-point lead. 13-8 with that. Coach Duda once called timeout. Let's do it along with him. We'll be back after this 60-second break. You're listening to Volleyball on KQDI 1450 AM. And welcome back, volleyball fans. It is a Thursday night. It is a gorgeous Thursday night. It is a tremendous Thursday night if you're an Argo volleyball fan. But right now they're trailing by 5, 13-8 in game number 3. Pendleton with the big slam that comes right back to her. Gonzalez sends this one down, but I'll tell you what, good defense by the Bulldogs. Little dink shot right there back with the Bulldogs, but it's the Argos set to recover. They'll set this one up over the net as they continue to work this over the right-hand side. Anderson. Oh my goodness, how do you place a ball that close? Sydney Anderson with the big kill in the point. My goodness, what a shot on that one. 13-9, Bulldogs up by 4. And the service is going to come back into the hands of Emily Stoker. Stoker took it into the net last time. She's able to get this one good, right over the top where she needs it. As a little dump shot over the top, this one is no good. Bulldogs trying to recover. They will. And we are going to have... I'm not sure what the call was. I didn't see the official on that one, but either way, it's going to go against the Bulldogs. That's going to make it a 3-point game. 13-10, Bulldogs by 3. Argos with the serve. Stoker. Once again, we'll send this one over the left-hand side. And once again, the outside official says that one was long, and so the point's going to go back to the Bulldogs. 14-10, University of Montana Western. They've got the 4-point lead. They've got the service, and they've got the ball down the middle of the floor. Argo Libero will send this back. It's Brown with the slam. That will come over here as the point is going to go into the favor of the Bulldogs. So 15-10, the Bulldogs by 5. I believe that's their biggest lead of this game. as the Argos are going to have to start getting back into this one here if they want to win game number 3. Anderson sends that one sailing, hits that one late in the spike, sends it out of bounds, not able to control the direction on that one, and that pushes out to certainly the biggest lead. 16-13, Bulldogs by 6, as it's going to be the Bulldogs serving errantly out of bounds. Ball is going to go into the favor of the Argos. Substitutions coming in. Maddie Link on the floor as well as Ember Schwint back on. Schwint will come in for the libero, and if you're watching that on the TV, she doesn't have to check in because the libero can come in freely without any checking in with the official. So it's going to be a 16-11 game right now. Big block, Schwint and Anderson. Boy, I'll tell you, those two have met up for a couple of big blocks. That cuts it down to 16-12. Some debris on the floor. They will get that over to the coach. He will bring it over and leave that at the desk. As once again, the shot up from Link. Maddie will serve that one up through the right-hand side as the Bulldogs trying to send that one. They do send it long. That one is out of bounds. And we got a tight one going on here again. It's cut that one down to a 16-13 point game. As continuing to serve is the Lady Argos. Maddie Link, freshman from Flagstaff, Arizona, sends this one down the middle of the floor for the Bulldogs. Little top shot over the top, free one. Argos able to recover. Anderson with the dink shot over the top. Boy, I'll tell you what, you couldn't write that up any better. She just kind of softly set that one where they weren't, and that's what you want to do. It makes it 16-14. It's a 2-point game for the Bulldogs. Link with a shot right down the middle. Bulldogs setting it up, wanting for the big spike. It's going to be defended well by the Argos. They'll set up the top of the line. Schwint has that one rejected. Brown kicks it back up, as they'll just have to send this one over the top. Keep the free ball into the hands of the Bulldogs. Tried the dump shot, almost got away with it. Boy, I'll tell you what, Link was right there, just not able to get underneath of it for the pancake. And so with that, coming back on the floor is going to be Pendleton. And it's also going to be the libero coming back on, Brooke Foth, as she is back on the floor. Along with Anderson, Schwint, we also have number 2 out there, Norling, and Brown still on the floor. So with that, it's going to be 17-14 Bulldogs, as they'll set the service over on the left-hand side. Schwint take the ball in the middle. Boy, a 2-hand set shot on that one there. She just tapped that one right over the top. Beautiful direction as she was able to control the speed and distance, drop that one in for the point. Once again, you want to put it where they're not, and she did just that. It's a 2-point game. Ava Larkin back to serve. Larkin, the right-hand server, will go up high into the air with this one, sends that one over the net. Not able to return that one. Give her the ace on that as Krya Palmer was just not ready for it. That's a 1-point game, 17-16. Argo fans, stand up and shout. We got a good one going on now, as Larkin will set this one back over the right-hand side. Set shot deep into the hands of the Argos there, as they'll send it over to Brown. Brown with a big hit. Count it. It's good. Lauren Brown with the kill on that one there. It's all tied up, 17 all. Oh my goodness. If you're an Argo fan and a volleyball fan, you are enjoying this one. They've won 2. Can they make it 3 and call it a night? We'll find out here soon. All tied up at 17 all. Big block by Schwint and Brown there as the Bulldogs able to recover. They'll just have to send this one over, give the free ball to the Argos. They'll set it up, and it's going to be Diaz with the kill. Nice job, Diaz with the kill. Mariah, that gives the Argos their first lead. I think their first lead of the game. I think they've trailed this entire time. I haven't kept track of that, but I'll tell you what, they're up 18-17 right now. And it's going to be the Bulldogs trying to recover. And it's going to be Diaz and Schwint with the kill. Nice block shot back. 19-17, Argos by 2. And with that, they're going to call a timeout. Let's do it along with them. We'll take a 60-second timeout as you're listening to Volleyball on KQDI 1450 AM. Thank you to all of our sponsors who continue to help us bring you Providence Volleyball here. University of Providence Volleyball here on KQDI 1450 AM. As we come back from the timeout, you see the errant shot. Well, pulls it within one on the serve from the Argos. That's going to give it back to the Bulldogs. And set to serve back there is going to be Jessica Weber. She'll set this one down the middle. They're trying to set it up to Brown. Brown has to save that one. As I'll tell you what, from the back of the service line there, they just tried to pop that over to save it. They weren't able to. They tied this one up. We got another nail biter going on. Game number 3, game 1, 25-12 Argos. Game number 2, 25-22 Argos. Game number 3 is tied up at 19 all. Got to win by 2. As they're going to send this one up to Diaz. Right off of one of the Bulldogs. Well, I'll tell you what, Weber, that just took her right to the ground. That thing was so hard. I saw Diaz hit the ball a couple games ago that was so hard the ground tried to get out of the way. That's how hard she hit it, if you can believe that. I saw a little bit of that power right there. It's back to the Argos up by 1. 20-19. University of Providence up 1. They're going to send this one back in the middle there as the Bulldogs just having a tough go as they're going to set this one up all the way over to Gonzalez as Diaz again with a kill. Left hand kill for Mariah. You tell me she's having fun. You can see the smile on her face all the way out there in TV land. As set to serve this one away is going to be Meehan. They're going to set that one up in the middle. A little dump shot over the middle. Are they going to be able to save it? No. I'll tell you what, great effort there by both teams as they were working that one back and forth. But the point is going to go into the hands of the Bulldogs as the Bulldogs will get the service and the point. 21-20, Argos by 1. Wanting to put this one away. The service will come over the back line. Just clears the net. Yeah, and they weren't ready for that one there as they were all expecting that one to hit the net. That's going to tie it up at 21 all. So they'll keep the service over on the Bulldog side. Set to serve this one is going to be Brianna Hanser. Hanser, right-hand service. Right-hand server will send that one out of bounds. Unforced error is going to give the Argos the point. 22-21, another one that's going to come right down to the wire. As the Bulldogs continue to rotate players in and out as well as the Argos. As University of Providence wanting to put this one away and go home early tonight. 8:15 is the time on the clock as it's going to be Folth with the service. She'll send this one over the right-hand side. A little punch shot comes over the back. Diaz sets it up as a couple of defenders right there. They'll need to get this one over the net, and it's going to be Gonzalez doing just that. They'll set this up for the slam. Oh, boy, great shot on that one there. As it's going to be Croninger able to place that one. With that, Coach Duda wants to call a timeout. Let's do it with him. Let's take a 60-second break as you're listening to Volleyball on KQDI 1450 AM. And welcome back, and thank you to the Celtic Cowboy and all of our sponsors who continue to help us bring you sports here at Star Radio. KNX 102.7, KQDI 1450 AM, and 104.9 The Star. Don't forget 1400 Sports. Fox Sports is, I'll tell you what, we have a lot of folks helping us bring you a lot of sports. Right now we got volleyball as it's going to be the Argos all tied up here as they'd like to put this one away right now as Mariah once again with the kill, doing a great job sailing that one off the hands of the Bulldogs. They are going to go up 23-22. Anderson back in as well as Norling. Norling did a pretty good job on the serve. She needs 2 quick aces, and we're going to call it a night right here, right now. Danny, let's see what you can do with the left-hand serve. Sends that one right down the line. They pop that one up high. It's going to be the Argos with Anderson trying to spike that one down. Bulldogs doing a nice job recovering. This one's going to go to the Bulldogs' favor as they set that one right down the middle. And once again, Croninger doing a great job with the placement of that ball, as it is all tied up again, 23 all. It's going to be University of Montana Western Bulldogs on offense with the serve. They'll send this one over the net. Lady Argos set to return it. Deep shot down, as point is going to go to the Bulldogs, as the dink shot by Anderson there was recovered very quickly by the Bulldogs, sent it right back on the Argos sideline, and it's going to be game a point right now for the Bulldogs, trying to battle their way and stay in this one as the service goes up, and it's going to be the Argos needing a couple points here. Big slam! It's good. Pendleton going to tie it back up. 7-7. Josie with the hit. That's going to be a chance to bring Stoker, and it's going to be Brown back in. Lauren had a couple of big kills here earlier in this game, as it's going to be Stoker. See if she can get a couple good serves here over the top of the net. Back in the hands of libero of the Bulldogs. They'll set this one up. A little jump shot over the top, as the Argos with the campfire defense not able to collect in on that one. Bulldogs back up by one, 25-24. We're going to get a little extra volleyball here in game number 3. Got to win by 2, as it's a 1 point. But with that, the Bulldogs tried to call a timeout. They didn't get it in time, as it's going to be big shot and a kill by Anderson. And that's going to tie it up. And now the Bulldog coach is talking about a little frustration over there. He tried to get the timeout, but they had already set it into play. They'd already whistled it in. Right now it's the Argos with the ball. It's going to be Link with the serve. She'll send it over the right-hand side into the hands of the Bulldogs. Deep shot on that, as the Argos able to dig that one out. Down, it's going to be Schwitt trying to get it, and they are going to recover. The Bulldogs doing a nice job keeping this one in play. The volley's going with Brown. Should have set that one up over the top, as this time the Bulldogs in the hands of Fink. Tries to thumb that one over. Nice job recovering on that is Norling. Good volley between these two, as they will set it up, and it's going to be the Argos with Anderson with the slam and the kill. Sydney Anderson with the big shot, giving the lead back to the Argo timeline. 26-25 Argos, game point right here, right now. Argo fans, get on your feet and make some noise. Maddie Link with the serve. She'll send that one right over on the right-hand side. The Bulldogs, they are out of position. They got to just send this one over to the free ball, as it's going to be the Argos able to set it up to Lauren. Brown with the kill! Count it! That's the game! Lady Argos win, 27-25. Let's take a 2-minute timeout. We'll see if we can get a word with our coach. We'll be back right after this as you're listening to Argo Volleyball on KQDI 1450 AM.